Olá, muito boa noite, sejam bem-vindos a mais um espaço de entrevista aqui na FPTV. Hoje temos connosco Dzerowicz, membro do Parlamento Federal pelo Círculo Eleitoral de Davenport. Vamos falar de alguns temas que marcam a atualidade, desde o conflito no Médio Oriente envolvendo os Estados Unidos, ao aumento do número de assaltos residenciais à mão armada e como os residentes se podem defender em situações desta natureza. Hi Julie, welcome to FPTV once again. It's always a pleasure having you here with us.
Olá Marlene, prazer como sempre. Thank you for inviting me today.
Thank you for coming. So we're going to talk about the Middle East conflict. Like it's all over the news, it's all over what's going on these days. So what's Canada's position in the middle of this situation?
So look, for us, Iran has always been, so the country has always been a principal source of instability and terror in the whole Middle East. And Canada's always supported all the efforts to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapon and to prevent the regime from further threatening international peace, okay, both in the region and around the world, because they're behind a lot of terrorism in the world. But we do not support and we will not be engaged in the U.S.-Israeli attack right now in Iran. And in fact, it's actually going beyond Iran. So what we are calling, and so our Prime Minister, has been meeting with a lot of countries. So he put out a joint statement, I believe it was yesterday, with France and Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom. And he said, we have to call for immediate diplomacy. We need a de-escalation of all the fighting right now. Because of two reasons. One is there's a lot of people that's being killed. So one is de-escalate, let's get to diplomatic talks. He's asked for the protection of international law, which means don't kill civilians, don't kill civilian infrastructure like kids' schools, okay? And we need to find a way to end what's happening now because it's also having, not only is it awful in terms of lives, but it's also having a massive impact in terms of prices and our way of life around the world.
People are actually scared. They know this is happening to our neighbor country, and so they're scared, and some can come to us too. So that's not going to happen.
Well, it's a good point because I'll tell you, the U.S. did not consult with us or any other nation before they undertook this, but it has big implications for us. And so that's why people are scared. They're saying, how is it that a big country that's been our very close friend and ally is taking such big action that's having huge negative implications on our lives? So we're worried. And I think there's also a lot of worry because there's a lot of mixed messages that come out of the United States, that come out of President Trump. But know that we have stable leadership in Canada. Know that Canada is teaming up with other world global leaders. And I just mentioned some of them, from France to the United Kingdom to Italy. So we're teaming up with them, we're working with them, and we are collectively calling for a stop to the hostilities, a de-escalation of this war, protection of civilians. And then we have to stop this impact on our everyday lives and the increase for us, we see it in our when we go to fuel our pumps and the oil prices.
The oil prices, the gas prices are going up, and people are like, what's going on. So what's government's doing to help us with this?
Well, a lot of people have said to me, oh my gosh, the gas prices in Portugal is crazy. It's gone up.
Exactly.
But in Canada, we're a little bit more protected, and that's because we actually produce a lot of our own oil and gas here, which is great, but it's still expensive.
Exactly.
But I will say to you, look, we're very blessed in this country because we have a lot of social programs. We just introduced the groceries benefit, which basically means that everybody who received a GST credit is going to get a 50% bump up this year, whether you're single or whether you're family. We have everything like whether it's dental care, or Canada Child Benefit, or child care, healthcare. We're very blessed in this country. So as much as it is hitting our pocketbooks, it's hitting everybody in the world. We're impacted a little less, and we're hoping that the war is going to come to a stop soon.
Okay. So I mentioned that we're going to talk about safety issues in terms of robbery, residential robbery. The numbers are going up. People are scared. They're not feeling safe anymore inside their homes. And there's a misunderstanding how they should defend themselves because they think if somebody enters their door, they cannot do anything to protect themselves. Is that true? It's not true?
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, I was reading through the newspapers and I was kind of looking and listening to the news. There's 3 suspects that are right now, the police are searching for in Vaughan because there was a home break-in and the homeowner actually fired a gun at them and one of them was shot and he's in the hospital. The police did not charge the homeowner. And I want people to know that under the criminal code, okay, and I made sure that I wrote down some notes, it is by law, you can actually protect yourself by law. So we have the criminal code that says someone can defend themselves if they believe that there's a threat to them, if they are going to be threatened by force, or any type of action. They can take any type of action that is reasonable in the circumstance. So in this case, and it was the third break-in this year in Vaughan, okay? So 3 is still too much. It's, you know, you don't want, when you're sleeping or when you're with your families, it is the ultimate violation for someone to be coming into your house, and you're terrified. You want to protect your family. So this person, he actually had a legally owned arm. He had it properly stored. He heard someone come in, he pulled it out, and he actually shot one of them. So that person's actually in jail now, but they're now looking for the other suspects. All of that was legal. Where there was a story a few months ago, Marlene, was there was someone who, someone was, you know, kind of coming up a walkway. They thought they were coming in to do something to the house. That would be seen as unreasonable. Like if you're seeing someone come up, but you don't know what they're going to do, exactly, you can't just shoot them. But if someone's in your house, they've got, you know, their little masks on, like they're coming through the window or door and the, you know, whatever it is. Well, they're in your house. That is very obvious that there is a threat to you and your family, and you can absolutely take reasonable action. And the criminal code absolutely protects Canadians from being able to do that.
It's
so
very good
I
to
want
know.
people to know that.
Thank you so much, Julie, for being here with us and clarify our viewers about this because it's very important. See you next time.
Yes, muito obrigada. Thank you.
Thank you. Vamos então fazer agora uma curta pausa, mas voltamos em breve para a continuação das notícias. Fique connosco.